I've got plans for today, and they involve taking her out for a spin and finding a new place to build some more stuff. Because, of course, we just started building here on our starter little place with the Japanese style. But I am a builder, so I will build a lot of things. And to make sure that I don't lose interest in a project, I like to have at least 2 projects that I can work on. So right now we're gonna go somewhere more central in the map and try and establish a base over there, because although this place is absolutely beautiful, like I love the blossom trees, the look, they fit the style that I'm working on very well, but it's kind of in the corner of the map, so it's not the most convenient spot to actually have my base be at. So today we're gonna go on a little adventure and find a new spot. So in between episodes I've been out and about a little bit to gather some resources and also look for another one of these creatures so that I might be able to breed them up and create an even stronger one, because they are quite good mounts. As you can see, they're quite fast. But so far I haven't really been able to find anything yet. I did, however, come across some of the base spot locations that I had also had in my video for Svartalfheim bases, and I think I know where I want to build my next base. As for what style I want to build in, I want to really try to make a Viking Outpost, because I have done a couple of Viking builds so far, but never really built a full base in the style, so I figured that might be interesting, especially because there's a bunch of mods that add some cool decoration that I can definitely use to build a cool Viking Outpost. And I think I've found a pretty good place to start building it. So I've already planted a couple of seedlings for my species plants to make everything feel safe once I call it home. I'm not sure how far they've grown yet, but we'll find out quick enough. But as you can see, there's definitely some dangers around here on the mountain, but I think most of these creatures don't actually attack this mount for some reason, which another huge benefit of using them. There's also a floating island here, which I will be building on at some point, but not just yet. I don't think my plants have fully grown yet, since I was just here before I started recording a new episode, but yeah, this is a pretty cool spot here on pretty much the middle of the map, which is another reason why I think it would be great to establish a outpost here, because I can see everything. I am very central, very easy to connect with multiple places that I would probably have to go at some point. We got this cool little tree that gives off light, which is great at night, and also it just looks cool. I figured the Viking tribe that has set up an outpost here might be worshipping this tree in some way, and I've got a bunch of mod that will make this look cool, including the Fjordur Viking set, which I think just gives us the ability to actually look like a Viking as well. Another great reason that I really want to build here is that this is pretty much the only access way up to the top, I think. So having a gate here and a little gatehouse means that nothing will get in without my say-so. All we would need to do is have to spawn-proof the top of this, which, I mean, probably just means we'll start planting a bunch of plants around to make it safe. As you can see, I've already started with having a bunch of plants around, trying to make it safer. There's some good Ankies and duties here we might be able to tame before we set the plants loose on everyone. The only thing is that I would probably want to try and keep some of these spawns for resources as well. So by using plants to make it safe, we can probably do that. If we just have the plants, we can still gather all the resources, but there's a bunch of things around here. Okay, let's try if this guy... Okay, this guy will attack me. But I think I should be able to take care of this, because this guy that I'm riding he's pretty strong, and we can even do the little knockback kick. There we go. So yeah, there's a bunch of metal up here. I think this is metal at least. I mean, it looks shiny. There's some crystal, so I feel like this is a pretty good spot to set up a base, just because it's so central. There's a bunch of resources around, and the views are amazing. Now, if you're wondering where it's on the map, it's like this central mountain on the map, so it's very close to the actual center of the map, which, yeah, I think makes it the perfect location. Especially at some point when we get a Maywing or something, this will be great. So to get started, I think I'll wait for my plants to fully grow and start building the first little Viking house somewhere. I've done a tutorial about Viking house a while back, so I think I'll just go with that design and maybe try to spice it up a little bit with some of the modded items that we have so far. And I think I'm gonna build it on this platform, so not quite at the top, but just on this layer right over here, because there doesn't seem to be too many resources here, so it doesn't feel like a waste if I build something here instead of building it right on top of all the metal spawns. And yeah, there's a pretty cool spot here, so yeah, gonna make a little Viking house to get started. I didn't want to go too overboard for this one, you know, just a little bit to get started. So we have this small little Viking house kind of, you know, being integrated with the grass almost. The only thing is that the grass on Svartalfheim is much less saturated than on the island, because this used to match perfectly with grass. But now, as you can see, it's not a perfect match. I've tried a couple of colors, but nothing seems to be a better option. So for now, I'm just gonna keep this, because you can see with a plant, it pretty much matches perfectly. So I think it's fine. It's just, you know, freshly cut grass that they use for the roof, and somehow staying very fresh on the roof. But yeah, so it's a very simple little A-frame, I guess, with the grass textures, and then a little funky bit at the end with some of the ASR mod pieces. For the rest, is fairly simple. Got this crafting table here. This is from the Fjordor skins, so as you can see, we can basically look like a Viking. We can have some Viking style weapons, and I believe they are a lot cheaper than the dwarven stuff that you can make in this mod. Yeah, basically we need some metal ingots, some hide, some polymer, stuff like that, and then some alpha raptor claws. So that's basically the most difficult things will be the claws, I guess. But yeah, it would be cool to get some nice skins for armor. And also I definitely should start upgrading my gear at some point as well, because we're still in the little starter tunic. But inside I've got a little fireplace, haven't lighted yet. Didn't want to bring too much stuff over. And then we got some Viking shields. We got some place to sleep. I use this rope one because I really like the look of it. And then we got a little upgrade station here for if we start upgrading gear. Not too much storage, but we do have some of these hidden passageways at the back of everything, so I can still have some storage there. But probably sometime soon I'm gonna place down the little workshop that I did for my Castle Black build on the island, which was also very close to like a Viking style. So I think that's one of the next things I'm gonna add, like a little workshop where I can have the proper crafting and stuff. And I think this is definitely gonna be like my somewhat main base for now, because it's just so central. So I feel like it makes a lot of sense to try to get all these survival supplies over to this central location. And then we can still work on the Japanese base if we want to, and we'll definitely do some other projects. I might even do a stream for some creative builds at some point as well. But yeah, for survival it makes a lot of sense to be right here in the middle of everything. I decided that this wasn't quite enough for one day, so I added a workshop right over here on the edge of our area, and it actually turned out to be a very nice place. I've placed down another bonfire here because I feel like it fits the Viking Outpost feeling to have a bunch of these bonfires everywhere just to you know, warm up. We're high up on a mountain anyway. And then I decided to build the workshop right here on the edge of the cliff, because then we can enjoy the amazing view of the world whilst we're doing all our crafting, etc. So yeah, this is a variation of a workshop that I did for my Castle Black Let's Build series, but obviously with modded structures. So there's some extra beams that we can connect to the roof pieces. It's a little bit bigger as well, and of course a bunch of cool decorations to bring it all to life. And I think it turned out pretty well, and it's also very functional because there's a lot of useful crafting things here. So I placed down a lot of the visual storage, including this thing, which kind of just automatically unloads all the stuff that you have and then puts it in the right bins that you assign it to. And it also just looks very cool. I mean, the visual storage, I don't know what, like the graphical glitches going on with the mods, but yeah, it's just a nice way to physically show how much you have of everything. Just saves you a bunch of time overall being, you know, using this system. And it just, you know, it adds a little bit. This corner is now just all storage, and it adds a lot of feeling of life to this build instead of just having a bunch of chests somewhere. So we got a bunch of shields on the wall to symbolize the Viking tribe. I used a lot of the blue colors. I figured that's going to be my theme, because I mean, I like blue if you didn't notice. And then we got some of the forges. This is the lava forge, which looks amazing. Like, this is really cool. There's a lot of cool details which make it feel just very alive, and feels like I would be, you know, forging some swords or whatever here. We got some anvils around, which are great as a little decor item here. Really love those. Then there's another forge here. I think this is the rustic forge, which looks amazing. So many tools as well. At some point, we'll probably craft more forges, the dwarven forge being one of them. And then we got a bunch of the workstations. This is to craft some decorations. This is a smithy, but then from Atlas, which looks very cool. We got some of the landscaping mod here, so we can place down trees and whatever if we want to. And then a bunch more crafting tables, including the Fjordor Viking armor that we should start crafting pretty soon, because you need to look a Viking. And then the upgrade station, which is great to easily get the next tier of gear if you have enough resources. Did a little bit of the interior so far, not that much, but it works. It has a bed, it has a table, and it has some extra storage. I don't think we'll need it, but it has something. But yeah, I kind of like the little corner here. I like this actually more than maybe my basic. I don't know if we needed the basic hut. Maybe we'll keep it, maybe we'll change it. We'll see. I think that also just feels very random, whereas this feels very much like it's supposed to be here, like properly built into the world. It has a lot of decoration around, which also help it a lot, of course. So yeah, I think that's a great start to our Viking base. Kind of wanted to focus on that because I feel like this is a much more convenient place to actually have the main base be. And it's fun to just walk in the Viking style after so long again. So yeah, definitely will slowly be growing this place as well. We will still be continuing the Japanese style base as well in the Blossom biome. But it's just nice to have some couple of different projects going on. That's gonna be it for today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.